Okay, so today's tutorial is going to be all about patches and how to use them in your dreams. So I'm going to teach you how to open up your dream editor with a new dream, not this dream. So you have a new dream here, and as you know, or you should know, patches are all the items in Furcadia. There's quite a substantial amount of default items you can use, but if you would like to get more, you can find them online or you can make your own. I'm going to teach you how to get patches online and use them in your dream. Okay, so the first step is to find the patches you want, obviously. Wait for the internet to load. We go to the website where we want to download the patches from. I'm getting mine from the Furcadian Resource Center, obviously. So we go to patches. We look through the patch folders. Old world patches, intense. Oh, Victorian mansion patches, those look nice. I think I should use these in my dream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the patch. Download. And here it is. It's a zip file. So we save it. Okay, and there it is. I just downloaded it. And now, if you have Windows XP, Windows Vista, or Windows 7, you can automatically open up the zip file just like it's a folder. So we open it with Windows Explorer, just like that. And here's the files in the zip file. So these are the actual patches. So what I'm going to want to do is make a new folder for my dream, wherever your dream is. You should always keep your dream and your patches in the same folder. So my dream. Okay. I'm going to go back to my dream, and I'm going to save it in that folder. Alright, and now I'm going to actually put the patches into the folder. Now, there are a few different types of patch file names you need to be aware of. The most common ones you'll use are FLOORE, floor extras, and item E, items extra. Then obviously the wall files are going to be in these wall shapes or wall fox files like this. So floor and wall are already ready. I can take those just as they are because those are proper names, and I can put them in my dream folder. Now, my Victorian Mansion patches, that's not a proper name for an item file. If I put that into the dream folder, the dream editor will not recognize it. Okay? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to rename this. Well, first I'll copy it into the dream folder. Okay, I'm going to have to rename this. This has all the item files to itemy. Alright? So floor E, itemy, and wall 5. And you can also have wall 6, wall 7, etc. So those are where all the patches are. They're stored in those files. Now if I go back into my dream editor, you'll see I still don't see those patches. So to get those in there, we have to go to Patches, Dream Settings, and we have to tell the dream where the patches are located. We can use this button, and since it's we can browse to the location. It's Desktop My Dream. I could do that. Then hit OK. Now if I go into the objects, I can see all the patches in the item E file are appearing at the end, and I can use those. I can just go click, 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 and look, oh, there's my nice staircase. There's my nice chandeliers, you know. There's my paintings or whatever. And if I go into floors, I go to the next page of floors, and look, there's my custom floors that I just made. I have all my custom floors in there. Alright. And if I go into my walls, look, there's my wall, because I used wall 5, and I loaded wall 5. So, those are all in there. Now the next issue is, okay, what if you download another patch? How do you get files from that over into this patch? You can't have two iteme files in your dream directory. Alright, so if I was to download another patch, like say I wanted to, let's see, old world patches. Alright, say I wanted to download these shipwreck pirate hideout patches, so I download these. I open it up. Okay. So here they are. Here's my patches. Shipwreck, item E. Now I can't take the item file from the shipwreck and just put it in here because it will overwrite the item file that contains my mansion patches. Does that make any sense? It should. So how am I going to get the patches from this item E into my actual dreams item file? Well, first you're going to have to extract the patch you want to your desktop or to wherever you want to put it. Okay? So now I have two separate copies, and now the one I want to move the files from this into this. So I'm going to open up my item E. Alright? Now I'm going to add to the end. I want to take all the import shapes from Fox file. Import shapes from Fox file. Okay? I browse to the desktop. I go to item. Alright. Import shape all. Add new shape starting from current shape. Or after current shape, I should say. So what this will do is it'll take all the item files or all the shapes, all the objects in this item E file from the pirate patches, and it'll stick them at the end of the item file that goes with my dream. So I hit the import button, and now I still have the mansion patches in there, but at the end, as you can see, I have the pirate patches as well. So I save that. I close out of it. Close out of that. Don't need that anymore. Okay, if I go into here, you'll notice, okay, I still don't see the patches from the shipwreck items. All I see is the mansion patches, and that's because I did not reload my patches. Whenever you update your patches or modify them, you have to go to patches, reload patch. And this updates all the patch files within the dream, and well, it reloads them so you can see them all. And as you can see now, I have more. You can see all the patches from my mansion are in there, and all the patches from the shipwreck are in there. Alright, so that's how you do that. Now, I mainly talked about items here, but it applies the same way to wall and floor files as well. If you want to update floor files, you can just do the same thing with the FLOORE. You know, you could go, you want to add more of those, you could go File, Import Shapes from Fox file, and then you just, whatever floor file you wanted to add, you could just stick it in there. Alright? Now I'm going to take a minute to talk about walls. Walls are slightly different from other patches in Furcadia. Walls are named differently, and their conventions are a bit different. Like, I can't just have, there's no wall E file that I can just use. I have to use wall and then a number like this, wall-5, wall-6, wall-7, etc. And this one's filled up already. Well, almost filled up. Because if you look here, there's only 17 shapes in a wall file. If you go over that, they won't load properly. So if you filled up one wall file, you actually have to make a new one entirely. I'm going to go over that real quick. So I'm going to go to furcadia.com/patches. I'm going to just find some random patch that I like. So let's just look down, something with walls. Okay, here. Far East Furcadia. Walls. Now I'm going to show you how to manually copy the files over into a new wall Fox file. Alright, so first what I'm going to have to do, well, I'm going to have to open up the FSH editor, or the fish editor, which is really a Fox editor now because we use Fox files. But, okay, so here's just a brand new empty file. As you can see, it already has 19 shapes. We need to remove 2 shapes. So, remove shape, remove shape. Okay, this is just for wall files. Now we're down to 17 shapes where we should be. So we save this. We go to our desktop, our dream, and we already have wall 5. So let's make this one wall 6. We save that there. Alright, now we have an empty wall file that we can put new walls into. So we go back to this the patch I just downloaded, and what we're going to do is we're going to select the item we want. Let's say we want these walls with a window, or now let's look for the normal. Okay, there, just a basic wall. We copy it and we paste it. we go back to this. Oh. Okay, edit, copy, edit, paste. So, oh, darn it. As you can see, I pasted this in the wrong location. I pasted it at shape 17. I wanted to paste it at shape 1. Okay, there we go. So shape 0 is the wall facing this way, and shape 1 is the wall facing this way. Now if we were to save that and go into our dream, we could reload the patch, and it will be in there. Should be around here somewhere. There it is. But if you look at the shape placement, the walls are off. They're not located or positioned properly. Like, they would not line up according to the tile where they should be. Like that, they're off. They should be more like this, like the purple walls. To fix this, we're going to have to go back into the shape editor. Not this one. Into our wall patch that we're modifying, and we want to go View, Shape, Position. Alright? And once we have that, we need to position the wall in the center of the tiles, because that's where the wall files need to be. So right now, I've repositioned them in the center. I save it. I reload my patches. And as you can see, the walls are now positioned properly, and they line up with all the other walls that Furcadia uses. Then if I wanted to add more walls, like say, for example, I wanted to add this doorway, I copy it, I paste it right after the next shape. I go to the next shape, I copy this, I paste it. Alright, I need to position it properly. Okay, and now I need to also make sure people can walk through it. So to do this, we need to go to View, Shape Properties. Okay, and since nothing is checked here, it would be impossible to walk through it. Like these two shapes, we don't want people to be able to walk through walls, so that's not good. So that is good, but we do want people to be able to walk through doorways. So what we do is we go to FBJ Properties and we select Walkable for each of these two items. Okay, we save it. And now we'll notice we can reload our patch. Alright. And there's our doorway. And people will actually be able to walk through the doorways because I made those shapes walkable. But they won't be able to walk through these solid walls because they shouldn't be able to. Alright. That's the basics to editing and merging patches in Furcadia and using them in your dream. I hope this tutorial was somewhat useful to you. Thanks a lot for watching, and hope to see you again soon.